We are going to divide rational expressions, and here we have 7x over 2x minus 10 divided by x squared minus 6x over x squared minus 11x plus 30. The first thing I'm going to do before actually dividing is make a list of what we call excluded values. This denominator here, 2x minus 10, cannot equal 0 because we cannot divide by 0. All right? And therefore, if we solve and add 10, 2x cannot equal 10, so therefore dividing by 2, x cannot equal 5. So that is one of our excluded values. Also, we could not have this denominator here equal 0. So we have x squared minus 11x plus 30 cannot equal 0. And to solve this, we can factor, and the factors of x squared are x and x, and then what two numbers add up to negative 11 but multiply together equal 30? That'll be negative 5 and negative 6. So we have x minus 5 cannot equal 0, so x cannot equal 5. And also we have x minus 6 cannot equal 0. And so x cannot equal 6. So these are excluded values we have so far. And also, this x squared minus 6x cannot equal 0 either. And I'm going to explain why that is the case shortly. So x squared minus 6x cannot equal 0. And so factoring x squared minus 6x, the common factor here is x. So x times quantity x minus 6 cannot equal 0. So therefore x cannot equal 0. And also x minus 6 cannot equal 0. So x cannot equal 6. So these would be our excluded values. X cannot equal 0. X cannot equal 6. X cannot equal 5. Okay, we already have that up there. So these are the excluded values, and we're going to get into that shortly, why that's important. Now to the actual division. Well, the first thing we're going to take advantage of here is something we learned back, you probably learned it back in elementary school, I'm sure you reviewed it in 7th grade, is dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So we're going to take this 7x over 2x minus 10, and we are going to take the reciprocal of the second expression, which is going to be x squared minus 11x plus 30 over x squared minus 6x. So this is the very reason we had to set this particular numerator here equal to not equal to 0 to find the excluded value. So now we're going to factor all these expressions here, and it so happens that already in finding the excluded values we have done that, so that's going to make our work easier. So we're going to do our rewriting. Okay, we have 7x, and down in this denominator we have 2 times quantity x minus 5. And then over here, for this expression, x squared minus 11x plus 30, we have x minus 5 times quantity x minus 6. And then down here in the denominator, we have x times quantity x minus 6. And as is usually the case in these sorts of problems, you'll be able to cancel stuff all over the place to simplify. So first of all, we have this x, and I'm going to cancel using my other color here. So we have x and x will cancel each other. We have x minus 5 cancels this x minus 5. This x minus 6 cancels this x minus 6. And so what do we have left? We just have this 7 over 2. So our answer to our problem here is 7 over 2, or 3.5 if you want to decimalize that answer. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Some basic principles here. Usually these problems will have cancellations all over the place, and that's all there is to it. I hope this is helpful to you. Good luck, and thanks for viewing.